Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It literally feels like it's been forever since I filmed. So sorry I was gone for so long. I was sick for a little while and I literally never get sick. And then we were traveling a whole bunch for Thanksgiving and we had family in town. We had our first overnight house guest, so that was really exciting. But I am back. Excuse my hair. We were running around all day. We got our Christmas tree today. Side note, does anybody else hate buying a Christmas tree? I want to be like, yeah, let's listen to Christmas music and like get Starbucks Christmas drinks and go find one. And I always end up super annoyed. I know that sounds bad, but I just like they're like dying and you have to put them on the car and you can never pick a good one, you know, whatever. Anyways, today we're going to be doing this look. It is an all matte look with the Gingerbread Spice palette. I know I did one other video on this, but it was literally my very first video. And, you know, I just think now I might have a little bit better setup and you know, things like that. So I did want to film this. I asked on Instagram last night because I did wear this look out last night and, you know, thought maybe you guys would want to see it. And I got 100% yeses, which is great. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it will be linked down below. But if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. We're gonna put our cat ears on and then we're gonna get rolling. Obviously my face makeup is already done. You're never gonna see me really use eyeshadow primer. Personally, I just don't like it that much. When I put on my concealer, I do put it on and like carry it up over my eyelid, and then when I set my under eyes, I do set my lid as well. So I just have on regular concealer and powder from Wet n Wild. It's Makeup Revolution concealer and Wet n Wild powder, and I'll link it down below, but that's essentially what I set my eyes with. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in, and just like the best transition shade in here, I think personally, is the Gingerbread Latte color. So I'm gonna take that, obviously my crease, and then just sort of slowly blend it. I'm not gonna make it that dark. This does have a lot of kick up, like I said last time, so I do like to tap my brush off. And I did get some feedback, even though it wasn't that the nicest, that I don't tell you guys enough what I'm doing, so I'm gonna take that feedback, even though it was really negative, and or done a really negative way, and try to, you know, fix that. So what I do is windshield wiper motions, which is just literally back and forth in the crease. And a lot of people might be like, where's your crease? It's literally, if you take the back of the brush, where your eyeball, like the natural indentation of your eyeball. Also, this is a Morphe 441, so just so you guys know. So again, I'm just taking some of that, and if it gets messy, it's okay. I do have concealer. We can sort of make this a cut crease if we need to. So just go ahead and do that. And then obviously I'm gonna do the same thing on my other eye. And this is just so when we add any other colors, it doesn't look so stark on our skin, right? So if we get any darker or anything like that, it just transitions really, really nice. And again, just windshield wiper motions and adding color little by little. So now that that's laid down, I'm gonna take the color Gingerbread right here. It's a little bit more orange toned. You could, though, in theory, use like Spice is nice, or Gumdrop if you want to do more of like a pink tone or an orange tone. This is just sort of, it's an orange, like warm neutral, but it's not as crazy as these two. So you could do this look a couple different ways. I just wanted to try to do something that was wearable for everyone, and I think this is the most neutral. So I'm gonna take Gingerbread with this same brush, right, because we're going darker, and I'm just gonna pat it more in the corner. I'm gonna keep this more along the outside, and I'm not gonna take it in as far on my eye. So that is what I'm gonna do here. And obviously on the other eye too. This is a pretty easy look. I feel like matte looks were really popular like a couple years ago, and I literally love a shimmer eye, but I think this is nice, and you know, a lot of people still do like that matte look. So I wanted to show you guys something a little bit different than I've typically been doing on my channel. So again, if this gets a little bit messy, don't worry about it. We can cut it. I feel like that looks pretty even. It's always really hard to tell in the small mirrors, but now the crease is nice and warmed up. I want to do one more color. You could stop here. So again, the two colors I use are Gingerbread Latte and Gingerbread, but I want to make mine a little bit more wild, I guess. So I'm going to go in with literally just the slightest hand of Gumdrop on the same brush. And I'm gonna keep this super, like I'm literally, instead of windshield wiper motions, I'm going to legitimately place this right on the outer corner. So I'm just placing it. And then I'm just gonna buff it in. That's less windshield wiper and more just like, like I call that buffing. So really, really the littlest bit. I never honestly thought I'd be able to use this paint color, and I was kind of fooling around yesterday with it, and I realized how green it makes my eyes look. And now I love it and I want to use it all the time. So like I said, you guys could just use the two kind of neutral brown orangey tones, or you could go this route, especially if you have like green or hazel eyes. So there we go. Okay, so now that that's basically all done, I'm gonna do the actual like true to me matte part, because I always do a shimmer lid. So when I do a matte lid, it's very different. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a different brush and some concealer, and then we're gonna do that. I did zoom you guys in, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. I do film on an iPhone for right now, so just bear with me. I literally moved the tripod forward, but I want everybody to be able to see what I'm doing so you guys could learn, or, you know, try to emulate it if you like it. But okay, so I'm gonna take this concealer. It is the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Concealer. Personally, it's okay. I don't like love this for my under eyes, but to me, something like this that you maybe bought and you don't like the way it looks on your actual face is really good for cutting your crease, so you don't waste like a more expensive concealer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. It is a twist up, and put it literally just right on my eye, and then I'll smooth it out. And I'm gonna take it up a little bit into the crease, but not too much. You don't need a ton of concealer, obviously, because it's such a small area. So now I'm just gonna take a flat top Morphe brush, this is an M410, and sort of pat out the concealer a little bit. Oh no, I hope there's no color on this, okay. And just kind of pat out the concealer so it's a little bit more even and not as drastic when we put down the matte shade. I am using more of like a white matte, so I'm not too worried. Sometimes if you put down too much concealer and then like a really dark lid for whatever reason, that gets tricky. So I would just stick to light colors if you're not used to this technique, which a lot of people aren't. I don't even do it that much. So now that we have that done, and honestly, just to go back for a second, if you were doing a super dark lid, you wouldn't really need to do this. It's just because we're doing a lighter color lid that I think this is, you know, helpful. So I'm gonna take an old school brush from BH Cosmetics. This is a V6. BH is good. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it anymore, but it is very, very affordable. I have a lot of their brushes, and this is just kind of like a chunky, stubby, like bristle that's gonna pick up a lot of product. So I'm gonna use the color Powdered Sugar. It's basically just a matte white, and just place that right over where we just put the concealer. I'm also gonna pick up a little bit of this Sugar Daddy color. It's a little bit more of a light pink, but it's not too bright. It'll be fine. I'll just give a little baby bit of color. So against kind of, I did more of a pink look. It doesn't look as like hot pink, white. That would look terrible. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that color to my lid as well. But again, you could just stick with the more neutrally browns and the actual like powdered sugar color and probably be fine. So now that that's down, it looks pretty even to me. I'm obviously going to take the same M441, and I'm gonna go back in, not with the pink, I'm gonna go back in with the second color, the Gingerbread color at the top, and just really tap it off. Almost, I shouldn't have even dipped it back, and kind of just again, where they meet. So it doesn't look too drastic. It looks more like a fade, not like, oh, half our eye is one color and half our eye is another, because that probably wouldn't look very good. Okay, so now that that is down, I realize I did forget one of the brushes I need, so I'll be right back. Okay. So the other really different thing about this look is that I'm not doing a liquid liner, which is why I needed this pencil brush. It is a Morphe 560. Obviously, it's literally, I hope you guys can see, a pencil brush. It's very, very dense and doesn't give a lot of movement, but I just felt like I didn't want to do a matte eye and then have like a liquid liner. So I'm gonna go in with the color Reindeer Paws. It's sort of like a purpley brown. It's pretty neutral, so I'm just gonna take that and then legitimately line my eye with it. Powder liner can be kind of tricky, but it's not that difficult. You just have to go a little bit slow. And it's obviously gonna be a little bit of a thicker line, which is fine. It works with this look. And it's gonna be a little bit more of like a smoked out look, which I think is really pretty. So now that that's done, this is not something that's gonna be super precise. I'm gonna throw lashes on, just because I like to do lashes on the channel, but last night when I wore this look out, I did just do a bunch of coats of regular mascara and it looked totally fine. So I'm gonna go pop on lashes and some mascara, and then we'll do the under eye. The mascara I'm using is the Superhero Mascara by It. This was in a BoxyCharm recently, I think, but I purchased it at Ulta. I don't know how much it is regular price. I'll link it below. I got it on Thanksgiving night for $10. I do really, really like it. And then I'll be trying today the Santa Monica lashes by Morphe. I didn't review them, but they were in my Morphe haul, so I'm gonna try them for the first time. Two lashes on. These are pretty dramatic. I do like them a lot, and for $3, I think they're great. I'm gonna try and salvage them and not put too much mascara on them, because forever when I got like lashes, I would wear them once, rip them off, throw them away. But I did realize you can wear, if they're halfway decent, you could wear them, I would say, like at least twice. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish up the lower lash line. I'm gonna take the same pencil brush, and I'm gonna take that same color, reindeer paws, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of figgy pudding for like a purpley under eye, and just kind of, you know, mix them together and then smoke out my lower lash line. If this is like too much for you guys, you can definitely skip this step. It's got a little wild, to be honest. It's a little thicker than I would have liked, but like I said, these are very pigmented. So the most important thing about today's video is more, to me, the technique, just me showing you guys like, hey, here's, you know, some options for a matte eye. Like I said, if you don't want to smoke out your lash line, don't do it. Don't use falsies, you know, whatever you guys want to do. I just figured I would probably go for it. I'm going to the grocery store after this, and it should be pretty interesting to go looking like this, but hey, it is Sunday, so isn't that everybody's grocery store day? So now that I've done that, I'm going to take a little bit of the Superhero mascara and just hit my lower lash line. Yes, I know you guys love when I make these faces. And then I'm gonna throw on a matte lip. I'm like super pumped about this lip because we were in St. Augustine the day after Thanksgiving, and I wanted to go to Marshall's because I was bored. So Casey took me, and they had a ton of really nice makeup. My Marshall's never has it, but I did get this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick, and it's in the color Catnip, which is mostly why I bought it. It was only $8, which I thought was phenomenal. And so obviously by matte eye, I'm gonna stick with a matte lip. Okay, so this is the finished look. I know that this is like a special release for the holidays, and it is pretty holiday, but I kind of wanted to do a look that didn't look super Christmassy. This is really an everyday look. This palette is a little bit more pricey, so if you do decide to buy it, you know, I want to show you guys something that you could do all year round. I really like the way this turned out. Like I said, it's a little bit different for me, but I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.